trying sushi for the first time, new food adventures. In this video, you'll learn essential sushi restaurant vocabulary and overcome the fear of trying new foods. You'll master conversations about Japanese cuisine using words like chopsticks, wasabi, soy sauce, raw fish, and rolls. Follow my journey from being terrified of raw fish to becoming a sushi lover who can confidently order at any Japanese restaurant. The invitation. Hi everyone. My name is Jake and I want to tell you about the day I tried sushi for the first time. It was one of the scariest and most exciting food adventures of my life. I'm 28 years old and grew up in a small town in Kansas where our idea of exotic food was Chinese takeout from the local restaurant. I had never seen raw fish in my life and the thought of eating it made me feel sick. But everything changed when I got a new job in Seattle and met my coworker, Yuki. She was originally from Japan and had been living in America for 5 years. One Friday afternoon, Yuki approached my desk with a smile. "Jake, a group of us are going out for dinner tonight. Would you like to join us?" she asked. "Sure. Where are we going?" I replied. "There's a great sushi restaurant downtown called Sakura. They have the freshest fish in the city." My heart sank. Sushi meant raw fish, and raw fish was something I had never wanted to try. I've never had sushi before," I said nervously. "Really? That's perfect. It will be so much fun to introduce you to real Japanese food," Yuki said excitedly. I didn't want to seem rude or closed-minded in front of my new coworkers, so I agreed to go. "Great. We'll meet at Sakura at 7 o'clock, Yuki said. As she walked away, I felt panic rising in my chest. How was I going to eat raw fish without embarrassing myself? Pre-dinner panic. That afternoon, I spent my lunch break researching sushi on the internet. I needed to learn the basic vocabulary so I wouldn't look completely ignorant at dinner. I learned that sushi restaurants use special wooden sticks called chopsticks instead of forks and knives. I had never used chopsticks before, and the thought of trying to pick up slippery fish with wooden sticks seemed impossible. I read that wasabi is a green paste that's very spicy and is served with sushi. Some websites said it was so hot it could make you cry. I also learned about soy sauce, which is a dark, salty liquid that you dip your sushi in. At least that sounded normal. The scariest part was learning about raw fish. The internet said that sushi-grade fish is specially prepared and perfectly safe to eat, but my brain couldn't get past the idea that raw meant uncooked. I also read about different types of rolls, which are sushi pieces wrapped in rice and seaweed. Some rolls had cooked ingredients, which gave me hope that I could find something I was comfortable eating. By 5 o'clock, I had watched 3 YouTube videos about how to use chopsticks and practiced with 2 pencils at my desk. I was still terrible at it, but at least I understood the basic concept. I left work early and stopped at a grocery store to buy some crackers. I figured if I couldn't eat anything at the restaurant, at least I wouldn't starve. Arriving at Sakura. At 7 o'clock sharp, I walked into Sakura restaurant. The atmosphere was completely different from any restaurant I had been to before. It was quiet and elegant, with soft lighting and peaceful music playing in the background. I saw Yuki sitting at a table with 3 other coworkers, Lisa, Mark, and David. They all looked comfortable and excited about the meal. "Jake, you made it," Yuki called out as I approached the table. "Hi everyone," I said, trying to sound more confident than I felt. "Have you been to a sushi restaurant before?" Lisa asked. "No, this is my first time," I admitted. "Don't worry," Mark said with a smile. "I was terrified the first time too. Now I love it." A server approached our table and bowed slightly. "Good evening. Welcome to Sakura. My name is Hiro and I'll be taking care of you tonight." "Thank you, Hiro," Yuki replied. "We have someone trying sushi for the first time tonight." Hiro looked at me with a warm smile. "Wonderful. I love introducing people to authentic Japanese cuisine. Are there any foods you don't eat or any allergies I should know about?" No allergies," I said. "But I've never had raw fish before." "No problem at all," Hiro said kindly. "We have many options for beginners. Would you like me to recommend some dishes that are perfect for first-time sushi eaters?" "Yes, please," I said gratefully. "Excellent. I'll bring you a variety plate so you can try different things. And don't worry about the chopsticks. I'll teach you how to use them properly. Learning to use chopsticks. While we waited for our food, Hiro brought each of us a set of wooden chopsticks wrapped in paper. Jake, let me show you how to hold chopsticks correctly, Hiro said, sitting down next to me. First, hold one chopstick like a pencil about halfway down, he demonstrated. This chopstick stays still. It doesn't move. I tried to copy what he was doing, but the chopstick felt awkward in my hand. Now hold the second chopstick above the first one, like you're holding two pencils, Hiro continued. The top chopstick is the one that moves up and down. I positioned the second chopstick and tried to make the tips meet. Good. Now practice opening and closing them like this. Hiro showed me the motion. I tried several times, but the chopsticks kept crossing over each other or falling out of my hand. This is harder than it looks, I said, feeling frustrated. Everyone struggles at first, Yuki said encouragingly. I've been using chopsticks my whole life and I still drop food sometimes. Here's a tip, David added. Start with bigger pieces of food. They're easier to grab than small pieces. And if you really can't manage, it's okay to ask for a fork, Lisa said. No one will judge you. After 10 minutes of practice, I could pick up pieces of ice from my water glass about half the time. It wasn't perfect, but it was progress. You're doing great, Hiro said. By the end of the meal, you'll be much better. The first taste. When our food arrived, I was amazed by how beautiful it looked. The sushi was arranged on wooden boards like artwork, with bright colors and perfect shapes. This is a beginner's platter, Hiro explained, pointing to different items. Here we have California rolls, which contain cooked crab, avocado, and cucumber. No raw fish. That looks manageable, I said, relieved. These are salmon rolls with cooked salmon, Hiro continued. And these are vegetable rolls with cucumber and avocado. What about these? I asked, pointing to some pieces that looked more intimidating. Those are nigiri with raw salmon and raw tuna, Hiro said. But you don't have to try them if you're not ready. Let's start with the California roll, Yuki suggested. It's perfect for beginners. Hiro showed me how to pick up a piece of sushi with chopsticks. Grab it gently but firmly. If it falls apart, that's okay. You can eat it with your hands if necessary. I managed to pick up a piece of California roll with my chopsticks and brought it to my mouth. The texture was completely different from anything I had eaten before. The rice was slightly sweet, the avocado was creamy, and the crab was fresh and mild. This is actually really good, I said, surprised by how much I enjoyed it. See? Not scary at all, Mark said with a laugh. Now try dipping it in soy sauce, Yuki suggested, pointing to a small dish of dark liquid. But just a tiny bit. Soy sauce is very salty. I picked up another piece, dipped it lightly in the soy sauce, and took a bite. The salty flavor enhanced the other tastes perfectly. That's delicious, I said honestly. The wasabi challenge. As I became more comfortable with the California rolls, Hiro pointed to a small mound of green paste on my plate. This is wasabi, he said. It's very spicy, so start with just a tiny amount. How spicy? I asked nervously. Much spicier than anything you've probably tried, Yuki warned. In Japan, we say wasabi clears your sinuses and wakes up your brain. I want to try it, I said, feeling braver after my success with the California rolls. Mix just a tiny bit into your soy sauce, Hiro advised. Don't eat it by itself. I used my chopsticks to take a small amount of wasabi and mixed it into my soy sauce. The mixture turned light green. Remember, very small amount, Lisa warned. I dipped a piece of salmon roll into the wasabi soy sauce mixture and took a bite. The spiciness hit me immediately. It was completely different from hot peppers or spicy food I had eaten before. The heat went straight to my nose and made my eyes water. Oh wow! I gasped, reaching for my water. That's intense. Everyone at the table laughed, not unkindly but with understanding. Everyone has that reaction the first time, Mark said. But now you know. Use much less next time. The burning goes away quickly, Yuki assured me. And many people grow to love that feeling. After a minute, the spiciness faded, and I actually enjoyed the lingering flavor it left behind. I think I like it, I said. But I definitely need to use less. conquering raw fish. After successfully eating several cooked rolls, I felt ready to challenge myself with raw fish. I think I want to try the raw salmon, I announced to the table. Are you sure? Yuki asked. There's no pressure. You've already tried so many new things tonight. I'm curious now, I said. What's the worst that could happen? If you don't like it, just swallow quickly and drink some water, David advised. Don't force yourself to finish it. Hiro helped me pick up a piece of nigiri, which was raw salmon over rice. This is very fresh, high-quality fish, Hiro explained. It should taste clean and slightly sweet, not fishy at all. I looked at the pink piece of raw fish on top of the rice. It looked so different from any food I had eaten before. Here goes nothing, I said and put the entire piece in my mouth. The texture was softer than I expected, almost creamy. The flavor was mild and clean, not at all like the fishy taste I had been afraid of. This is actually really good, I said, surprised once again. Really? Lisa asked. You're not just being polite? No, I'm serious. It tastes much better than I thought it would, I replied honestly. That's because it's very fresh, Hiro explained. Fresh raw fish doesn't taste fishy. It tastes like the ocean in the best way. Encouraged by my success, I tried the raw tuna next. It had a slightly different texture, more firm than the salmon, but equally delicious. I can't believe I was so scared of this, I said. It's completely different from what I imagined. Expanding my palate. As the meal continued, I became more adventurous with my choices. Hiro brought us several different types of rolls to try. This is a spicy tuna roll, he explained. It has raw tuna mixed with spicy mayo and rolled in rice and seaweed. What about this one? I asked, pointing to a roll with orange stuff on top. That's a Philadelphia roll with salmon, cream cheese and cucumber, Yuki said. It's not traditional Japanese, but it's very popular in America. And this colorful one? Rainbow roll, Mark explained. It has multiple types of raw fish on top of a California roll base. I tried each one, comparing the different textures and flavors. Some I liked more than others, but I didn't dislike any of them. Jake, you're eating raw fish like you've been doing it your whole life, Lisa observed. I'm surprising myself, I admitted. An hour ago I was terrified and now I'm actually enjoying this. That's the beauty of trying new foods, Hiro said. Often our fears are worse than reality. What should I try next? I asked, feeling confident. How about sea urchin? Yuki suggested with a mischievous smile. Sea urchin? I repeated. That sounds scary. It's called uni in Japanese, Hiro explained. It has a very unique texture and taste. Very rich and creamy. Is it raw too? Yes, and it's quite different from fish. Some people love it immediately, others need time to appreciate it. I looked at the orange, creamy substance on rice. It didn't look like anything I had ever seen before. Okay, I'll try it, I said, feeling like I was on a roll with new experiences. The uni experience. I picked up the uni nigiri with my chopsticks, which I was now using much more successfully. Remember, keep an open mind, Yuki advised. Uni is an acquired taste for many people. I put the piece in my mouth and immediately noticed that the texture was completely different from the fish I had been eating. It was creamy and rich, almost like a savory custard. The flavor was intense and oceanic, much stronger than the mild fish I had tried earlier. I chewed thoughtfully, trying to decide how I felt about it. Well? David asked. What do you think? It's interesting, I said honestly. Very different. I'm not sure if I love it, but I don't hate it either. That's a very common reaction, Hiro said. Uni is one of those foods that people either love immediately or learn to love over time. I think I might need to try it a few more times to really know how I feel about it, I said. That's a very mature approach to trying new foods, Yuki said approvingly. As we finished our meal, I reflected on how much my attitude had changed in just 2 hours. You know what? I'm really proud of myself tonight, I said to the group. You should be, Mark replied. You tried everything we suggested and kept an open mind the whole time. And your chopstick skills improved dramatically, Lisa added. I went from being terrified of raw fish to actually enjoying it, I said. That's not something I ever thought would happen. Becoming a sushi fan. 3 months after that first sushi experience, I had become a regular at Japanese restaurants. I could confidently use chopsticks. I knew how to order different types of rolls, and I had developed preferences for certain types of fish. One Saturday, my friend Mike was visiting from Kansas, and I decided to take him to Sakura for his first sushi experience. "Are you sure about this, Jake?" Mike asked nervously as we walked into the restaurant. "Raw fish sounds disgusting." "I said the exact same thing 3 months ago," I replied. "Trust me, it's much better than you think." Hiro recognized me immediately. "Jake, good to see you again. Is this a friend?" "Hi, Hiro. This is my friend Mike. He's trying sushi for the first time just like I did." "Wonderful. I remember your first visit. You were so nervous," Hiro said with a smile. "I was terrified," I admitted to Mike. "But look at me now." We sat down and I found myself in Yuki's position, explaining everything to a nervous beginner. "Okay, Mike, these are chopsticks," I began, showing him the wooden utensils. "Hold one like a pencil and use the other one to grab food." "This is impossible," Mike said after trying for a few minutes. I said the same thing. "You'll get better with practice," I assured him. When our food arrived, I explained each item just as Hiro had done for me. "This is a California roll with cooked crab. Perfect for beginners," I said. "And this green stuff is wasabi. It's very spicy, so use just a tiny bit mixed in your soy sauce." "Soy sauce is the dark liquid?" Mike asked. "Exactly. You dip your sushi in it for extra flavor." Mike tried his first piece of California roll and had the same surprised reaction I had experienced. "This is actually good," he said. "It doesn't taste weird at all." "I told you. Now try it with a little soy sauce." As the meal progressed, I guided Mike through the same journey I had taken months earlier. "Ready to try raw fish?" I asked after he had finished several cooked rolls. "I guess so," Mike said hesitantly. "Start with the salmon. It's mild and creamy." Mike tried the raw salmon and, just like me, was surprised by how much he enjoyed it. "I can't believe I'm eating raw fish and liking it," he said. "I know exactly how you feel," I replied. Essential sushi vocabulary. Let me explain the 5 most important words you need to know when eating at a sushi restaurant. Chopsticks are the wooden utensils used instead of forks and knives in Japanese restaurants. Hold one like a pencil and use the other to pick up food. Don't worry if you struggle at first. Everyone does, and it's perfectly acceptable to ask for a fork if you need one. Wasabi is the green paste served with sushi that adds a spicy, hot flavor. It's much different from pepper spiciness. The heat goes to your nose and sinuses rather than your mouth. Always start with a tiny amount mixed into your soy sauce. Never eat it by itself. Soy sauce is the dark, salty liquid used for dipping sushi. Pour a small amount into the shallow dish provided and add a tiny bit of wasabi if you want spice. Don't pour too much because it's quite salty and can overpower the delicate fish flavors. Raw fish refers to uncooked fish that's specially prepared for sushi. It's completely safe when properly handled and actually tastes clean and mild, not fishy. If you're nervous, start with salmon or tuna, which have pleasant, mild flavors. Rolls are pieces of sushi wrapped in rice and seaweed, often containing multiple ingredients. California rolls and Philadelphia rolls are perfect for beginners because they contain familiar ingredients. Spicy tuna rolls and salmon rolls are good next steps for trying raw fish. Remember, sushi restaurants want you to have a good experience, so don't hesitate to ask questions or request recommendations for beginners. Most servers are happy to help you try new foods at your own pace.